Hello, San Angelo, and welcome to the Live Daily News Show. I'm James Bouligny. In news, we have a winner for SMD2 for City Council. The Reagan County Sheriff's Office is asking for help in locating a hit-and-run suspect. The San Angelo ISD is considering making a change to the boundary line with Wall ISD, and the SAPD will host an advisory committee in a couple weeks. Before the news, we have Teresa Cortez in studio to talk about dive pirates. And we'll get into that interview after these messages from Jim Bass and Carpet Tech.
The 25 Ford Explorer, proudly made in Detroit, Michigan. Take advantage of unbeatable employee pricing and exclusive dealership discounts to make it an unbelievable $37,000. Choose from a variety of trims and colors to find your perfect match. Built in America and sold right here at Jim Bass Ford for over 60 years. Houston, Hart, and Arden Road or 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
My name is Cade Simmons. I'm the site manager here in San Angelo. What matters to our customers, I believe, is what we say is CT quality, CT experience, just making sure their needs are met, taking care of their home like it was ours. You just have to keep thinking of, it's never the wrong time to do the right thing. So just making sure you're taking care of what needs to be taken care of, and just knowing that they can rely on us, I think, matters to them a lot.
Welcome back, everybody. James Bouligny here with Teresa Cortez. She is here today with Dive Pirates. Miss Cortez, how are we doing today?
Doing great. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Explain to everybody what Dive Pirates is.
Dive Pirates is a nonprofit that started more than 20 years ago to take people with disabilities scuba diving. And it was formed under the idea, it was right at 2004, 2005, and we had the conflict in the Middle East. And it was a way to give back to a lot of our injured military. A lot of our young guys were coming back, really active guys who had a life-changing injury, an amputation, something that caused paraplegia. And this group of scuba divers got together and said, let's show them life isn't over. Let's show them something fun. And so they just did a little fundraising, took about 3 guys scuba diving, and they all had a special certification to teach somebody with a disability how to scuba dive. And it was a lot of fun. And then everyone looked at each other and said, so we're going to do it again? And
Right.
It just kept growing. So originally it was specifically to give back to our injured military, and it still is, but it is also open for anybody with a mobile disability. There is a great recreational sport that you can do with able-bodied family members and friends, and it's a level playing field, and it's just a great opportunity for them to see that they're just like everybody else. They can go on a great trip, they can be very active and recapture a part of that life again.
All right. How is it funded? You said it started. How is it funded? How can the people donate, or is it through like grants or?
Absolutely. We have a lot of funding opportunities, and the generosity of the diving community has just grown into a huge community support from all over the place. We have a wonderful grant from the Moody Foundation, and they fund all Texas recipients for our foundation. And like, one recipient needs gear, a scuba mask and a snorkel and fins, and then training with another person. So it is cost prohibitive for most of, and especially for someone who thinks, I don't even know if I can do that. Why
Right.
would I even walk down that, path? Well, most of your dive centers have what's called a tri-scuba. So you can go try it out in the pool. If they've got somebody, in-house that is an adaptive scuba diver instructor, they can do a tri-scuba and say, let's see if you liked this. Do you like having a mask on it? And most everyone that has that desire to give it a shot love it, and they feel free. And a lot of them have found a lot of pain reduction for just being in that weightless environment.
Right.
So the benefits just grow. We started out very young, just thinking this is a great way to show them a recreational sport. What we got out of it was, this is life-changing for these people. And they're coming back on follow-up trips and supporting other scuba divers. And they're taking off on their own trips because they realize, okay, travel I thought was going to be a barrier. Now I know I can work with the airlines. I can work with people at the resorts And people want you to be an active traveler and see the world. So it's not over. You've had a life-changing event, but don't let it stop you. So it's just been a great opportunity to get to know people with different mobile abilities and see how they can just blossom. And it's just keeps growing year after year.
No, I imagine there's like a lot of apprehension at first. But the anticipation is always worse than the actual event. I mean, have you seen that a lot? Like people who are like, I don't know if I can do this, and they go out and they just have a blast. Is that
Absolutely? One of my favorite stories is about a recipient who he kept saying, I can't do this, and he was injured in a motorcycle accident, and he was what you might be consider like a walking quadriplegic. He had he struggles with his arms and his legs, but he can still walk with a cane. He uses a wheelchair, to get around longer distances or go to the grocery store or whatnot. One of his very dear friends was a Marine.
Okay.
And he was injured and is a quadriplegic and in a wheelchair full time. And he saw him on Facebook scuba diving. And he said, "You got to be kidding me. How did you do this?" And they said, "Look, this group will take you. They'll train you. They'll let you know how it works. There's a lot of trust involved, but if you just let go and you want to give it a try." And he did. And now he said, "Boy, I put up a lot of walls. I thought, I got to stay in my lane, what I can do now." And he said, "Now I got to rethink. What I thought was impossible is now possible. So now I need to rethink my life. There's a lot more I can do." And he's much more outgoing now.
All right.
So, and that's just one of, we've trained 155 adaptives now,
Okay.
and they each have incredible stories. This trip that's coming up, that kicks off June 21st, two of the returning people coming are getting married.
Okay.
They went diving when they were engaged, and they fell in love with the sport. And they said, "We're doing this. We're going to get married next year. We're coming back. And so they're going to get married underwater."
All right. That's awesome.
Yeah, and that recipient has, I believe it's MS.
Okay.
And, just unstoppable. Unstoppable.
All right. How much does it cost per recipient to go out and...
To fund a diver is $5,000.
Okay.
But each diver has to have a buddy that is specially trained to their ability. So we really look at a dive team as $10,000.
Okay.
So each one of our recipients that goes each year, where they train is like in San Antonio, there's a great dive store there. They're fundraising right now for their recipient, and that dive store always has fundraising going, small things on the side, so they're always preparing for the next recipient. So each chapter's building. We also have a yearly gala, but we have something fun that we can do right here in West Texas. I'm a member. Most of my family members and friends are members, but you can become a member of the foundation and just support monthly. A $10 membership that you don't even feel debits out automatically, but you get maybe the newsletter if you'd like to, and you can get you will get whatever that year's theme is for a membership shirt. And
Okay.
they're big into dive, these fun shirts that keep the sun off. But this was ours last year. It's 20 years of piracy and all the fun different logos that were part of shirts. So you always get, you get something fun in the mail once a year, and your small donation can really make a difference. And you can give it so many different levels. You can do $10 a month. You can do $500 a month and be a captain. You're a bosun. You're different levels, whatever level's comfortable for you. But that kind of ongoing fundraising really helps a small foundation like this really just keep the peaks and valleys of the year fundraising a little bit smoother.
Right.
And you just want to make sure you can meet all the needs of these recipients. And they're all over the US, and they all come together. They meet each other on the island and spend an amazing week. And there's friends for life.
All right. Does it cost the recipient anything? You said y'all are there for a week. How much does it cost the recipient? How much usually comes out? I mean, if you were ballparking it.
Well, we ask recipients to be very active in their fundraising and have skin in the game. Our military recipients, we really try to keep them from having any cost incurred. But every recipient should just know that they have to have the passport. They have to be able to fund any incidentals.
Right.
And just be prepared for you're going to be gone for a week. But we try to build in a trip that has 3 meals a day and diving and whatnot. And so their out of pocket is very minimal.
Okay.
Another thing, we have a store online, and I brought this because I just love these. These are little string dolls that kids love to put them on their backpacks. They're great for stocking stuffers, whatnot. And they come in. This is like a little diamond-eyed Jack. Diamond-eyed Jack is our logo. He's our mascot. And they come, though, you can get them in a little scuba suit, or there's all different types.
Right.
But we have one made just as specifically for our mascot. But just something like this off of our store can help a dive pirate, can help a person really regain a lot of life back. So this would be a fun thing for someone here to do, just to help out, but do something fun, a fun way to shop and make a difference in someone's life.
All right. And I guess, how do people get hooked up with Dive Pirates? I saw there was a website on the t-shirt, divepirates.org.
Divepirates.org. That's
right.
where you'll find everything. And, if you push that donate button, there's so many fun ways to give. You can do little things that are $10, $11. You can give to our scholarships. There's so many different ways. You can find what fits you. And just to know, you can see all the videos of past divers. You can see how we work with the divers and how much fun. And it really is a family.
All right.
It really is fun.
All right. Ms. Cortez, did I miss anything?
No, thank you so much for having me.
All right. Well, go to divepirates.org and donate and find out a little bit more. And I'm sure, is there a phone number anybody can call if maybe they want to talk on the phone with somebody?
Absolutely. It is all there on the website. That's
Okay.
the best thing to do. But yes, we answer the phone and we're ready to talk to folks. If they just want to see if they have a family member wants to think about it, how do you apply? Everything's there on the website, but we're always willing to visit with you too.
All right. Well, Ms. Cortez, we appreciate you coming in today.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Back to you. It's a really great interview from Ms. Cortez there, and Dive Pirates is such a cool organization. Go check them out, divepirates.org. Now into the news. The San Angelo ISD Board of Trustees will vote Monday evening on an agreement with Wall ISD to fix a boundary clerical error following discrepancies found by the Tuolumne County Appraisal District. The proposal, developed with legal and appraisal district consultation, will adjust district lines under Texas Education Code Section 13.231. If approved, the agreement will be submitted to the TEA. A special meeting scheduled for 5:45 p.m. on June 9th will also feature a Finance and Audit Committee workshop on bond finances, construction updates, and other routine matters, with no other action items planned. Trustees will also preview the June 16th regular board meeting agenda. And the runoff election between Dedra Butler and Joe Self was this past Saturday, and we have a winner. Joe Self is the new councilman that will represent SMD2. Self had 299 votes to Butler's 195 out of 494 total votes. Self had 157 early votes, while Butler had 91, and then on election day, Butler commanded 88 to Self's 123. The results are unofficial at the moment, but they will be canvassed by San Angelo City Council, more than likely at the next City Council meeting. And in a couple weeks, the San Angelo Police Department will host a public meeting at the Elks Lodge, located at 2121 South Chadburn. This is a chance to talk to San Angelo Police Chief Travis Griffith about everything going on in the community. The advisory committee will take place on Tuesday, June 24th from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. The public is encouraged to attend, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can go to the meeting, or you can call 325-657-4262 or email teamsa@sanangelopolice.org. And now out in Reagan County, the Sheriff's Office is asking the public for help in identifying a vehicle that was involved in a hit and run that happened early Sunday morning. The hit and run occurred around 2:30 a.m. at the 900 block of Pennsylvania Avenue, where surveillance footage captured a red car fleeing after crashing into a parked vehicle. Most importantly, though, no injuries were reported. If you have any information regarding this incident, call the Reagan County Sheriff's Office at 325-884-2424. And we'll get into weather right after this quick message from Jay Chandler.
It's hard to believe how reckless some people can be and how hard they fight against real victims. You need a partner who consistently beats the giants and who will never, ever flinch.
Now on to weather. Storms are coming and they could start tonight. Right now, however, it's 92 degrees outside and the high today is up around 95 with a low tonight around 67. There's also a 40% chance of rain as well. Those storm chances increase to 60% by tomorrow morning, but then drop back down to 40% in the afternoon. They bring cooler temperatures with them as the high is 87 tomorrow, and then tomorrow night the low will be 66, and those thunderstorm chances increase back to 60%. Showers will be likely on Wednesday with a 70% chance throughout the day. The high will be 82, and the low Wednesday night will be 67, and the storm chances decrease to about 50%. And then Thursday it lets up just a little bit. We start the day off with a 30% chance of rain that decreases to 20% at night. The high will be 88 and the low will be down around 69. And we'll be right back after this word from our friends out there at Condos, Diamonds, and Coins.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Condos, Diamonds, and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Condos, Diamonds, and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Cano stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Cano's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
Thank you, Bill Cano, for always being a supporter of San Angelo Live and the Live Daily News Show. You can get necklaces like this turquoise necklace there at Condos, Diamonds, and Coins, 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo. You got the necklace and you have the matching earrings with it. They have all sorts of nice stuff there. I think Tessa and her turquoise, she loved the turquoise, but they have all manner of jewelry there at Cano's, so go on and check them out. But thank you for watching the Live Daily News Show, the only locally owned news show in the Concho Valley. Go like us on Facebook, X, and other social media platforms, and download the San Angelo Live mobile app off the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. For the Live team, I'm James Bouligny.